Okay, so a lot of times you can make the fudge in a food processor with a blade tool or in your blender. Okay, so today I'm gonna make it in the blender because I'm using the food processor for something else. Then I'm gonna go with Essential Living Foods coconut oil, which I have liquefied. Coconut oil liquefies at about 73, 74 degrees, so we've liquefied it. This is an organic essential oil. And nutmeg does amazing things to stimulate brain activity. It helps with liver detoxification. It helps with sore muscles. It just does so many things. So I love knowing that whatever little bits I'm adding to my chocolate is increasing its nutritive power, if that's a term. Okay, so we put the coconut oil in first. Then what I do is I put the cacao powder in. And so I put the cacao powder in second. And then I put the agave and the maple syrup on top of that, so it helps it kind of all blend up together. If you put the powder on top when you start, the powder kind of puffs everywhere. So I like to get it wet. So you guys have the recipes, and the full recipe is up on blytheraw.com after the show, but it's about a cup of the oil, a cup of the raw cacao powder, and then about a half a cup of maple syrup. I like to use maple syrup just because of the flavor profile and of course because of the minerals. And then we are using agave nectar. Here it is, the raw agave nectar, which I love. This is from, of course, the cactus. Half a cup of the agave, and then we blend. And by the way, you know, different fudges, you'll want a little bit of a different flavor profile. When I make a lavender fudge, instead of doing the agave and the maple syrup, I'll do a raw honey, because it sort of has like a brighter sweet appeal to it. So you guys can play around with the sweets that you use. You know, if you're a vegan and you don't want to use raw honey, you can also use yacon syrup, which Essential Living Foods has, which is a darker, richer flavor. So we just blend it up. So what I do is I just take the SuperBerry Symphony, and if I can just show an overhead right now, I just pour it, you know, it's about a half a cup in there. You can't do it wrong. If you put, you know, there's no such thing as too much. And then we just, yes, watch how beautifully this pours. The full recipe will be on the website. See how beautifully that pours? Ever so nicely in there. We love that. Just put it in there, and then we put it in the refrigerator. It will chill to perfection in just a couple hours. And then you'll want to take it out of the refrigerator. This time of year when it's cooler, you want to take it out at least 20 minutes before you serve it. It'll slice really nicely. If it's too hard, it's hard to cut, and it gets, you know, like brittle and starts to break. So if it's slightly softened, it'll just cut ever so nicely, and you'll have these nice cubes. And the SuperBerry colors, it's really holiday fabulous. I love it. And then, of course, if you wanted to make these beautiful fudge cups, all you would do is take the silicone cups, you know, like these guys, big size or small size. And you would just, what I did is I just put the walnuts and goji berries in there, or walnuts and raisins in one, and then I did pecan and goji in the other. And I poured the chocolate on top. And then with the one with the walnuts and the raisins, I added a few drops of the nutmeg essential oil, and I added the cinnamon, which is amazing in the chocolate. The cinnamon is so good. And like I said, every time I'm adding something, I know I'm just adding more nutrients. So it's so great.